This is going to be a brief video on my opinion of the new Legend of Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. My opinions are my own. You can take it or you can leave it. I don't care. So after Twilight Princess, my interest in what Nintendo was doing with the franchise kind of waned. However, I do like some of the modern redos that they've done, such as for Link's Awakening and that new style, and it uses a similar art style to this new game. I fell in love with the Zelda games at A Link to the Past, and I enjoyed Skyward Sword when it came out, good lord, like a decade ago. I just feel Nintendo isn't taking the series in the direction that I want to see. Call me an old fogey. Namely, a more developed story is what I wanted to see, and I dig difficult dungeons. Don't remove the difficult dungeons. That's kind of part of the formula. There have been concerns in a hypersensitive environment, not just in gaming, but in society these days, that has led to accusations that Nintendo is simply making this new game to appease the DEI movement. I disagree, and here's why. Now, make no mistake, Nintendo is a DEI-enforcing company, particularly, it's like me saying nuclear, particularly where their Pokemon trading card game is concerned. For a myriad of reasons, mainly because Nintendo is unreasonably hostile in protecting their IPs to the point of legal absurdity, their attacks on the emulation community, and their contempt for game preservation, and some of their anti-consumer policies, is why Nintendo is officially on my shit list. Right up there with Ubisoft and Bethesda. But unlike Ubisoft and Bethesda, Nintendo can get itself off this list. When we look back at the lore from previous Zelda games, it's not entirely impossible for Zelda to act on her own. She's a critical character to the series and may add some variety to the game mechanics. That's what would interest me. Based on the theory, they wanted to roll with a different playstyle this time around. It's entirely reasonable that Zelda could be a main character in a Legend of Zelda game. It's reasonable. Everything else aside, it's reasonable. I was playing Link to the Past over 30 years ago, before many of you ever existed. In fact, I think they actually made a couple mods for this game where you could be Zelda. So, let's wrap it up real quick. Do I think the game was made to please the DEI movement? No. Do I think that Nintendo's choice to star Zelda is influenced by DEI? No. Am I going to buy the game or the console? No. Remember that they're on my shit list. I won't support them. Switching the typical main character for Zelda, who is female, immediately elicited this response from me when I first heard it. So what? Nintendo isn't telling or forcing you what to believe, shoving anyone down anyone's throats. They're not shoving anything down anybody's throats, and it looks like they haven't departed from the series formula, so if you're going to end up buying it, and you love Zelda, go right ahead. I think it is probably going to be a very good game, but with the way Nintendo has been acting, I can't support them.